So here we are again. It's still raining and miserable this spring morning, and as promised, we're going to change the gauges on this, or turn the die head around to load 410. So to do this, you have to take the top off. There's this little pin you got to pull. This little set screw you have to take out. We'll probably speed this up in the video. And then you take this off. Look at those youthful hands. And ta-da. Okay. Put that aside. Oh look, a shot and powder die. Changing those. So there are two these to take off. It's almost like somebody loosened these beforehand. Why ever would I do that? They're usually on there pretty tight, but for sake of me struggling, you don't watch me struggle. So there's the die head I'm looking at right now. These are the 20 gauge dies. This here is a stop, actually. If we put that back on there real quick, we can edit. Okay, so in a certain position, this actually bottoms out on that. Ooh. At any rate, that's a stop. That's not a die, and that is one that I do have to change over. So that's what that looks like. It's got that little recess in there, and the set screw holds that in. So these things really don't have a lot of adjustment. I suppose you could put the set screw in, but if you push down on it, it's just going to drag it down unless you really have it on tight. So that's what that looks like, and we need to put, what do we need to put in that place? We need to put this one in there, which knocks out the primer. So where is it? It's nice and tight, probably tighter than it should be. What else? That's it, right? Everything else is already in there. And the final two crimps, the powder and shot drop to it, the primer knockout, and this thing is the first stage. So the other things we have to change out is this guy here. Because obviously that's a lot bigger than a 410. So it's in there tight. We may have to edit here. Oh, that comes right out. Not really. It's a good thing we turned the camera off. Took a little while to get that out. You can see what happens with these things. They have a flat spot that the set screw goes on, and if you put it in and it's not exactly on it or there, it'll make a burr on this, and it's a very tight fit, and when you have a burr on it, it's too tight a fit. It took tools to take that out. It took me a couple minutes, so it's a good thing you all weren't here for that. We will put that aside, and we will get the 410 one, and you will see it looks the same. Could be smaller, except a 410 base. Has a set screw on the bottom, and that sets the height for this. Hopefully that's all set up. I don't really want to get into adjusting these things on camera, but so it's bottomed out. Turn this guy in. So now That's been changed out. So we also have to change this out. Little wad fingers there. Da, 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 da. Now I don't know if in the literature for these things it says something like only takes minutes to change over from one gauge to another. It's not quite that simple. You know, it's not just rotating the head. You got to change these things out, and it does take a few minutes. Okay, so we have our full length sizing die to put in. That just scoots up through the bottom like that. And there. So are we on?
Yes!
Okay. So, yeah, we've got the bottom stuff done. We turned the die head around, and now we got to lock it down, or else it'll be kind of wiggly. Okay, there we go. Now, put this back on. Those clean hands. Drop this in. Oh, look at that. Can't use that one. Got to use this one. I think we would have learned by now. Apparently, I can't use that one either. Okay. That's going to be a little tight, I think. Just a little too tight. Okay. So, okay, we'll drop in our number 1 shot die, and on this one we've got one of these adapters so that we can use the mech powder bushings, because everybody has mech powder bushings. This is number 10. Dropping that in. Nice tight fit. Alrighty, so our bushings are in. Cap on there. That's it. I think we're changed over. So we've got our sizing die. We've got our little wad dispenser there with the wad fingers in it. Changed over our. This had a stop on the other side for the 20 gauge stuff. This thing is too long. Actually, if you left this on, I can't do the 20 gauge, so I have to take that off. And that knocks out the primer, of course, our little tiny shot tube, and of course our crimping stations. So we will, off camera of course, just double check the adjustment of this, and we'll be doing some 410 reloading shortly. So happy hunting, Nimrods.